Here.
Rosa Perez, can you pull up the screen?
Yeah, I did. I just want to see if it's over here. Okay, all right, that's fine. Great. If it's there, then let's go. All right.
I see that.
He was going to say what's his, yeah, he's actually, his background is sales and marketing, but he, at one point was one of the top 10 marketers in the U.S. His website is Apex Growth Partners. It's actually based here in Hartford. Yeah. I feel that I know Apex. I think that's probably Eddie. And he used to work for Dunkin' Donuts. He used to work for Spalding. It's funny, one of his good friends is Yvonne Lennon. He's got this reputation. No, I'd like to introduce you to Rosa Perez. Hey, there she is.
How are you? I have my troops.
There we go.
It's all about the troops.
Well, there you go. Bring in the family.
So, additional judging paperwork will be coming momentarily.
Okay, no problem. I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Peter.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Yes. This guy knows everyone. Just take a deep breath, one step at a time.
Can you start with a little movie thing first,
What
please?
is the movie?
Is that my removable disc?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Try this one.
Where? Oh, there it is. That's the one I want. Okay. Is it playing? Yeah, you do this because.
Let's go with that format.
No, that's not it.
It's thinking.
Oh no. Oh, there we go. Oh, you could go all the way back right here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And just play this for you guys.
You wear the mask that grins and lies.
I think. Do you want to comment beforehand?
No, I don't want to comment. I just want them to watch the video.
Hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile, and mouth with myriad subtleties. Why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but oh great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise. We sing, but oh the clay is vile beneath our feet and long the mile. But let the world dream, otherwise we wear the mask.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
We wear the mask that grins
Oh,
and
well.
lies.
Can you stop?
Hides our cheeks.
Sorry.
And shades our eyes.
My name is Rosa Perez. I started this presentation with this poem by Lawrence Dubar because it applies to all veterans when we're transitioning out of the military, not just to veterans, but also to our family members. My first transition was at 5 years old. I went from being a child to an adult overnight. I was homeless in a third world country with 2 sisters to take care of, and that was family for me. Then at 10 years old, I moved to the United States. Then now I had to take care of my other brothers and sisters. Now we're 5. And here I am, didn't speak English, Long Island, New York. Very hard for an immigrant child that didn't speak English at that time because I was the only Hispanic in my classroom. So my third transition was at 18 years old when I graduated high school, barely. I had no support whatsoever, but I did it. So I had a full scholarship to go to Fashion Institute of New York, and I decided, nah, that is not for me right now because I'm gonna get lost out there. I have no mentorship. So I saw this commercial, let the journey begin. Like, what? What is this? A white ship? I could travel? I was like, Carnival Cruise Line. I've never been in a cruise. I was like, I'm joining the Navy. So I went to my recruiter's office. I signed up. The next day, I was shipped out like that. Everybody was like, you're crazy. You could be a fashion designer. Rule the world. I was like, no, not right now, because I knew who I was, and I needed to get away from my family. So I joined the Navy. I become part of this great family, you know? Oh my God, it was amazing. So in 2007, I get out of the military, and I lose my family. Now I find myself in the civilian sector with no direction, nowhere to go, lost, depressed because I'm doubting my skills that I learned in the military. Here I am. I have 2 master's degrees that I earned in the military. I can't find a job. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And I have no one to call. No one. Everybody disappeared. So I was grieving a loss of a family. I just lost my military family and no one to reach out to. So, okay. I'm going to talk about my company today, United Links. What if I tell you guys that I found a solution to resolving 3 major problems that we're having right now with veterans: unemployment, suicide, and homelessness. I think I have United Links is the link to link all the resources that we have out there with our military personnel that are transitioning out of service. According to the VA reports, in recent years, about half of the service members transitioning into the civilian life have faced a period of unemployment within 15 months of operation. Sorry to tell you, it is longer than this. And I know. The VA numbers, they're going to report whatever's reported to them. But not everybody is even aware that the VA is available to them. Not everybody sees themselves as a veteran. You know, not everybody, not all of us see ourselves as a veteran. If you were kicked out dishonorably, you don't see yourself as a veteran. You're just out there. There's no guidance whatsoever. None. Zero. No support. So the VA says, okay, so let's give these people the GI Bill because they think that's a solution for us. They send these veterans to school. But guess what? We're going to school and it's taking us longer than the average people to graduate. Why is that? We're sleeping in our cars. We have nowhere to go. We're sleeping in the basement of a friend's house, in a couch, because the VA doesn't recognize that you have an issue. You're going to school. You should be fine. You're getting money every month. But guess what? That money is not enough. You know? That money is not enough. That BH they give you is not enough. So here's the dilemma. You stop going to school, then you got to go get a job. But the job that you're going to get only pays you $10 an hour because they don't recognize that value that you bring to their company. So what do you do as a service member? Do you stop going to school and not get that education that you were promised that you were going to get? Or do you go out there and get a job so you can support your family? But you can't really support your family on $10 an hour. New York? No, you can't. No way. Absolutely not. So this leads to homelessness. I know a little bit about homelessness because I was there. About a year and a half ago, I was going to school, you know. I was actually doing my PhD, and I said, "Ah, what am I doing this? I'm paying $4,000 for a course to interact online with somebody that I'm like, no, this is not where I need to go." So I decided to go to a web graphic and design school and get an associate's degree. Ooh, everybody was like, "What? Are you fucking crazy?" I said, "You know what? No, I need to know what people are going through. You know, I'm not interacting with veterans out there. So yeah, I'm gonna go get an associate's degree. Whatever, think whatever you want about me." So during that time, I got separated from my husband. You know, we went through some stuff. I called Military One Source, which is one of our support systems out there. They had nothing to say to me. They didn't even mention to me that programs like these were available for me. You know, that they had the Grand Per Diem program, SSVF. They didn't even bother to mention that to me. They sent me to counseling. I said, great, I'll take my family to counseling. So what do? I went and I got a rental house. But after I finished my degree, I couldn't afford to live there anymore. So I asked my girlfriend, I said, do you know of any apartments that I could rent, you know, just temporarily until I get myself back together and all that stuff? And she said, listen, you're a veteran. You need to go to this program. This lady is 65 years old. She's also a veteran. And she went through homelessness. And she was in jail. So she knew the resources that were out there. I thought I knew all the resources because everybody comes to me. I'm like, oh, I should have known this. But no, I didn't know that. Like many of these veterans out here, they don't know this. The resources are out there, but we don't know about it. So I was like, oh, really? I don't think I qualify because here we go. I'm overeducated for everything. So everybody assumes I should be able to get a job. So I was like, you know what? Let me apply. I'm like, give me that lady's number that you know in the office because I'm going to call her. I called her up and she's like, oh, Rosa, I'm sorry. We only have 4 houses for females. The whole state of Florida, 4 houses for females because they don't recognize that females, we are veterans. But they don't recognize that. So I said, oh, okay, you know, I'll figure it out. So I stayed with my friend for a month. I sent my kids to New York. In the meanwhile, nobody knows that I'm going through this because I'm hiding all the masks. You know, I'm hiding behind the mask. Here I am. I'm the VA president of the school, you know, trying to save everybody's family. But yeah, I'm drowning, you know, and I don't want anybody to know. Sorry if I get emotional. So the lady called me up a couple of days after that. She's like, Rosa, we have an apartment for you. I'm like, oh my God, really? She's like, yeah, 3-bedroom, you know, 3 bathrooms, a pool. And it's right there where the other girls are at. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So everybody was like, oh, you could do better. Why are you going there? What are you doing? You could go get a job. You know, I'm like, yeah. Once in a while, I do get job offers, but those job offers, it's not what I want to do. It's not where my heart is at. So I don't feel like selling my soul to the devil for money. So I went with the program. During that program, I was feeling a little guilty because I was like, oh man, I'm taking up space that another veteran could be using, you know, but I'm like, I'm here for a reason. So I took those girls under my wings and I showed them stuff that they weren't even aware of. So here they are, we're in a program and the program is not even teaching us that there's other resources out there for us. You know, it's like, oh my God, this is so sad. These girls are depressed. They're suicidal, you know, because they feel like they have no one to touch, no one to reach, no. And most of these veterans, they don't have family. So I became part of the Orlando Homeless Coalition. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna be the change. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So I went, sat down with the commissioners, the mayor, and yes, Michelle Obama said that we need this and all that. And then I went to this conference, and the VA came, interviewed us, reported on their numbers, and those numbers were all lies. because they're not recording the people that are sleeping in their cars, that are sleeping in their friend's house, that are just going from hotel to hotel trying to survive. They don't care about those people because you're not sleeping in a dumpster. Society doesn't see you, so they don't care. I said, okay, you know, I got out of the program a couple of months ago, and I got out because I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I think I have learned what I needed to learn. My counselors, my case manager was like, oh, Rosa, you crazy. You have one more year, you know, write it out. I'm like, why do you want me to write it out? Because you're getting money. That's why you want me to write it out, right? They get paid for this. They get paid to house us. You know? They don't care about us. They care about that grant that the VA is going to provide for them. In the VA, they don't care. They care about that grant that Capitol Hill is going to provide for them. So I was like, no, I've done my time. I learned what I needed to learn here. I helped out so many service members. I became part of, I used to go to the domiciliary, do massage therapy for free. I started a program with a transition house in St. Cloud, doing transcendental meditation for the guys that were housed there with alcohol issues, going through drug rehab. I was like, I've done what I needed to do, you know? I'm like, I'm leaving and I'm going to New York. They're like, oh my God, what are you gonna do in New York? You know how expensive it is? I was like, I will survive. I will be just fine. You know, I'm taking a leap of faith and I'm leaving because it's time for me to go back to my community and apply what I've learned here in Florida to my community. So I called everywhere in the state of New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, doing research on what programs they had available for females. None. They told me, you must go into a shelter and then we'll go pick you up. I'm like, so you're telling me to go traumatize my children even more in a New York shelter? Are you crazy? I said, no, no way. So homelessness leads to this. Suicide. Our suicide rate just went up. 23 a day. One active duty service member, 22 veterans. And this is wrong too. This number is not correct. It is higher, way higher. They're not recording the contractors. They're part of our military family too. You know, they help us, they support us, they go overseas, they put their lives on the line for us. Yeah, the VA doesn't care about them either. They're making money. That's what they think about. So my plan is, United Links, is to develop individualized plans to track the management, transition, and reintegration for all military affiliated personnel. That means your child, that means your wife, that means whoever has to do something with the military. If you're transitioning out of the military, it's the whole family that transition. It's just not one person, the whole family transition. Like if somebody commits suicide, the whole family suffers. The whole community suffers for a long, that's something that just never goes away. It remains forever. So my economic model, the VA gets awarded, what is it? I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a lot of numbers for me. It's a lot of numbers. I'm asking to open up a little office in Port Jeff, you know, utilities, little company car, because last year I put over 60,000 miles in my car doing all of this on my own. Business insurance, administrative assistant, I need life coaches. Because I want to make sure that these people that are transitioning, they're coming to me, that they're being guided in the right way, and their plan is individualized. Everybody has different needs. You know, I need a graphic designer. And my pay, I want it to be GS 15 equivalent. Why? Because 2 months ago, before I decided to get out of the transition house, I get a call from the VA. They want to interview me. I said, okay, fine. I'll send you my resume. Send them my resume. And they're like, oh my God, we want you to go do outreach services. I went out to Boston. I met with the director. Then I went out to Washington and I met with the other directors. And they were like, oh, you're just perfect. This is what we need, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so let me talk to you. How did you get your job? And he was like, oh, through USA. I'm like, did you know how to do your resume? He goes, I have no idea. No idea. I'm like, did anybody sit down with you and explain to you how to do it? He's like, no. I'm like, so how did you land on this job? He's like, because I knew her. I'm like, oh, nepotism. Really? I don't want to work for you. I don't want to work for this company. You guys don't believe in what you're doing. So these are my proven results. I get emails on a daily basis from people. I've been doing this since 2007. People saying, I've been thinking about you and the great influence you have had at FTC Kissimmee for all students, faculty, and staff. Not only are you a proud veteran, but you are proud of your service and of every veteran and family you come in contact with. I want you to know that because of you, our understanding in the needs of veteran students has reached a deeper level of understanding. We want to do more and hope to do more this year. Thank you for all you do. Then I get these emails. Hey, beautiful, I can't thank you enough for introducing me to Nathaniel's Hope. You know, this other one, housing, you're sleeping in your car that very soon is going to be repo. No one has a space for your family, but only for one individual. This, I was telling this to a service member. What to say? And then he says, she said that they checked my bank account and that need to have money in it. So there's proof that I could pay my bills. I told her, the lady, that that's why it's empty, because I can't pay my bills. I pay my bills, but I really can't pay my bills. And then I get emails from contractors overseas, translators, asking for help. There's this one, how he went to school drunk, telling me about it because he can't deal with the pain that he's going through. This other one over here, no help from nowhere just because my monthly pension is over 30%. This one, man, it's been real hard period to say the least, and I just feel overwhelmed. I try to stay on the positive side always and be strong for others, and that crap that is wearing me out. I get phone calls in the middle of the night, people trying to talk to me because they're about to commit suicide. They can't take it anymore. These are the wounds that we can't see. We can't see because we're masking them so well. If you guys want to read more stories, I made a Facebook page, United Links. I have hundreds of stories from veterans. And I just made it about 3 days ago. And this is how I plan on linking everybody in this class with me. Everybody here is a link. She's a link. She's going to employ service members. He's a link. Marcellus Wade is a link. Realty and Contracting. Xavier, Hope for Life. Mr. Lee's Deli. 914. All these people could hire service members. So I just want America to really think about when they say we support you, they think our troops. Thank you so much. But really, America, all of us, we need to remove our masks. Questions?
So, I mean, you have a lot of energy, and that is.
I'm very passionate about this.
That is very obvious.
And I think it's really a need. I don't think everybody knows it's a need. The VA just hasn't found that this is the missing link. When they give us TAP class for 2 weeks, you know, and then they just kick you out. While you're going to TAP class, it's a great class. Yes, I agree. But while you're sitting in that class, all you're thinking about is, when the fuck can I get out of this Navy or Army? I watch this shit. Oh my God. Or you get on phone calls from your command, hey, we need you to do this, we need you to do that, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, you don't have enough time to transition. 2 weeks is not enough. It's not enough. They need services that go beyond that after you get out. A tracking system. Hey, so-and-so, a phone call once a month or something. This is why I need life coaching. Hey, I saw that you got out of the military. How you doing? You know, I can do that. The free and family support centers, they have these lists. People go through their classes. I used to facilitate them. I didn't believe in the program, so I quit.
So how are you going to bring in revenue?
Like a membership service. You know how we have all these different companies out there? Well, not like that, but we have all these nonprofit organizations, for example. Over 400 nonprofit organizations that say they help veterans. How about we make a membership service where they pay me to refer people to them? I will have all the transitioning military members come through United Links, and then I'll link them to their services. But if you want to be part of our link, you have to pay a membership, and you have to provide real service, or else your membership will be canceled.
So you want to be a 501c6?
I don't know what that is, but
So
I was trying to be
status
like,
for membership.
I was just trying to be a nonprofit. Yeah, I've learned a lot throughout this 10 days, and I'm like overwhelmed. So I don't really know where I want to go, but in reality, I'm asking if somebody can help me pitch this to the VA and the DOD, because it's just not a VA issue. It's a DOD issue as well, you know? It's a human issue.
So do you know folks that could help you, that could do the same thing that you do, that could interact with some of these?
Hundreds of retirees. These people. We have Heather over here, retired lieutenant commander. Why don't you tell them a little bit about your transition?
You alluded to it a bit, but, and I did in my presentation as well, so you've probably heard a little bit about this too, but because I didn't have someone to turn over with, of course, there still needed work to be done. So in the middle of my TAP class, they're calling me, Heather, can you, look at this PowerPoint slide quick and just give me some numbers and answers. And so I'm stepping out of the class and I'm doing this and that. And you just really didn't feel like, I'm like, I barely spent any time in these classes, and you're missing stuff and you're trying to ask your partner, hey, what's going on? But then she hit on something else that's really important. You know, you can't take it home to your families, because your spouses are asking you, hey, do you know what we're doing? You realize we don't have a paycheck in the next 30 days. After 30 days, if you don't have a job, we don't have a paycheck coming in here. The families, this is a tragedy for them too. And so, she hit on that. But if we're not prepared to enter, the workforce,
well, we're emotionally broken. We're not ready to enter the workforce. We're not. Even all this education, all the certifications that we get in the military, we're just not ready. We're not ready emotionally. We're not. And then we're alone to deal with this. Any other questions?
We do get some terminal leave, like a break, and sometimes some people might get 30 days, some people might get 90. And you think, wow, 90 days is a lot of time. It goes by so quickly when you're going to this VA.
And then you don't even know where to go.
Right. And, and especially with the wounded warriors. I mean, that's another.
Yeah, I don't even want to touch on that subject, because in my presentation, I will fail. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is, and you and I, we had talked about this too as well. There's, in my opinion, there's different ways to try to change the system. You can either go top down, or you go bottom up. I think for you, you're tremendously passionate. We talked about it. I mean, you donated over 3,000 hours last year for community service. I strongly encourage you, and I'm going to go into a little bit of feedback. We have a session where we give feedback to people. Okay. You should start keeping track of how many lives you've touched. You have a compelling presentation, but if you can start to put it into adding a little bit of numbers, just say, I've helped 1,000 individuals, but these 1,000 individuals each came from a family. You multiply that times 4 or 5 or 6.
I have various emails, so yeah. I'm gonna, after I get out of this course, I will go sit down with someone, and I'm gonna go through all those emails from all these years and try to put them in some kind of format where people can just go through it and be like, wow.
Because see, when you try to change people or organizations, there's two ways to get information. There's subjective and there's objective. Subjective is I believe I can change this because I was meant to do it. Objective is since I've been doing this since 2007, I've personally touched and helped 6,000 individuals.
Okay.
You'll win some people, and we share this. You'll win some people. You'll win hearts with your personal stories, but there always will be the people who you want to win their minds. And if you give the numbers, I think that's how you're going to get the Department of Defense Veteran Affairs attention. Is when you say, "I'm one person, but this is what I can do. This is where you're missing, and look at what I've done here for nothing." Imagine if you help me create the structure to really make a difference.
Okay.
You know, and if you talk about that and put that in place,
I will.
It's kind of like building a house. You'd be putting a very, very strong foundation in place. I have no doubt you're going to do it, no doubt. But that's just sometimes adding those numbers and the number of lives that can really make a difference. So.
Okay. All right. I will do that. Definitely.
I think I've heard it before, and I walked in the middle. So it's great. I mean, helping people, there's no better satisfaction in the world than helping someone. Even if it's one person, if it's out of 331 million, and you touch one person's life, you've done your goal. You've set a goal and you achieved it already. But I go above and beyond that is just more icing on the cake to me. You're very passionate. I love it. The outlook on the United Links, there's a billion links out there that helps people. And I have hundreds of them myself online. When it boils down to it, some of these, about 90% of them, you get on there and they go, well, you don't qualify, or wait a minute, we're not qualified. You know, so I believe in your what you're trying to do. I think it's great. And for nonprofit, I know you said it was a 506.
501c3.
Yep. C3 is farming. C6 is membership.
Right.
So you said membership. I don't know.
Right, membership, and that's what I was getting to, the membership, as far as that's kind of, well, to me, a hard subject to grasp a hold of. You know, just because for the reason of.
That's why I'm here. I need your help. Let me figure out how can I get funding for this.
Nonprofit's kind of a difficult situation when I'm involved in a nonprofit. It's when you're passionate, it's not hard to ask someone for money when you see that other people are passionate about what you're doing. It's the people that don't care that, you know, that you kind of have to divide and conquer what you're doing. But that being said, the goal that you're trying to achieve is outstanding, and put that in perspective with what you've already done. And you said you already crossed what I was trying to say about, you know, you've done 3,000 volunteer hours, and
That was only last year.
right, and if you've done it since what, 2007?
Yeah, since I
That's a long time to volunteer your time, put all that energy into it, and you've waited this long to now just make it a reality.
Well,
I think you need some back pay on that.
that would be lovely.
Yeah.
My husband would like that because
Yeah.
he's like, Rosa, you need to get paid for this. Like, it's not about money. But
It's not
now
about money.
I
it's
need the
about
money
helping people.
so I can continue helping. I can't do it anymore by myself. I need a staff. I need people that can really provide these services because I need to sleep. I need to feed my children. You know, I'm like, I want to be homeless again if I continue this way. That's not what I want.
If you got the meeting with the VA or the DOD that you wanted at high enough level, do you think you know what you would ask them for?
I will ask them to start a global program to get people that leave the military every day. San Diego has a big hub, Virginia, Jacksonville, overseas, Japan. What do these people do in Japan? You've been living in Japan for 20 years of your life. And now you gotta go back to the States? And nobody can navigate you? This is what I'm talking about. We need offices set up in every place where there's a massive community of military personnel.
So I'd like to jump on what you said just there, and I want you to consider looking at it a little bit differently. You could say global, and they're gonna.
Well, I know. Where's this girl coming from? I know.
Well, no. I think just saying, give me one chance, give me one base, give me 6 months or a year's worth of financing, and let me prove it to you. And once you have that opportunity, once somebody opens that door for you, I have no doubt you would be successful. But you can ask for this, or you can start here and build it up. So think about if you had one program, even just in Port
Jeff, yes, exactly. And that fair, I chose that location for a specific reason. I was raised, when I came to New York, I was raised there, first of all.
Yep.
And it's by the ferry, this train station. So people could come from New York City, they can come from Boston, they can come from Rhode Island, Connecticut, and connect with me. I'm also a member, I'm still in the reserves. I get reservists asking me information all the time. They have nowhere to go, nowhere. I need to do workshops. I need an office space.
Yeah, a lot of times they call a smaller project, though, they call it a pilot program. Just tell them, say, let me just run a pilot. I have a model.
Yes.
I know what I want to do. Let's start with small scale. Instead of giving me this much money, give me this much. But if I'm successful, let me do it in 2 bases, 3 bases, 4 bases. Let me scale it that way. And it's that old saying, the journey of 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Just do it one step at a time.
I'm ready to do it one step at a time.
So
I'm ready.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
I'm ready.
Question about, so, it seems like the approach to engage this discussion with government. Just thinking about it a little differently in terms of who you could engage. Are there any strategic partners out there in the nonprofit world that may be really receptive to this message? That you could partner with and push this idea to in collaboration?
Everybody's trying to build houses now for veterans. So when I get back I just moved to New York like 2 weeks ago. When I get back, I'm going to go sit down with the commissioner, with whoever I could get a meeting with, and see how can we get this started. I don't need to get paid. I just need an office space. I'm going to beg for an office space. So yeah, everybody wants to help veterans. Everybody. Are they really doing it? But they're trying to build houses, especially in New York. They're getting sued because they were supposed to build houses for veterans, but it's really not going to veterans and stuff. So there's a big mess about that. I'm going to get with those realtors, with those agencies, CHRM, the Society for Human Resources. I'm going to go to them. The National Association for Professional Women. I'm going to go to them. I'm a member. I'm going to go to them. The American Legion. I'm going to go to them. The VFW. I'm going to go to them. I'm going to go everywhere and tell them. That's how I'm going to do it. Little by little.
Your passion and drive is really inspiring. Well done.
Well, thank you. This really means a lot to me because it's not about me. It's about taking care of my family. This is my family.
Rosa, can we carve out 2 minutes? Judges, do we have any feedback for her presentation?
I think I'm not sure what's your name, sir?
Scott.
What Scott was getting to is having more of a laser point focus on what your ask is.
Yeah.
All right, because I know you want to make global change and you want to make change as many lives as possible, but it has to start with that one, right? And then strategically grow it. Because if you walk into the day and say, I want to change the world for all the veterans across the world, they're going to say, it's not possible. But if you say, give me a territory, small territory, you'll improve it to you then.
That's beautiful. Yeah, just the passion is remarkable. It really is. I know this is obviously something that's very close to your heart.
Okay.
Excellent job. Thank you.
So, guys, can we leave this space where judges can speak the next 5 to 7 minutes?
time, actually. I'm bad. It is, but I work with a lot of movies myself.
Okay.
Well, I kind of hear that little voice. I walked in late, gentlemen, sorry.
Oh, no, we're fine. I wonder if we can give her double scores for enthusiasm.
The thing I have with when people speak, and this is, y'all look very professional and I don't.
Don't worry.
We're
all people.
When people speak in front of a crowd, or just even in the four of us five of us here, when you're talking and asking questions, and I noticed you were talking to her, and she